Hi everyone,
Hey,
welcome
hi.
back to our Make a List Monday. We're his own abandoned ministry out of Nashville, Tennessee, and a little bit of Louisiana. And today we are talking about when the enemy won't stop following you. Christine and I were taking a walk the other day and talking.
Walking and talking.
And one of our favorite things. And I was just saying, we were sharing about all the different fears that we have struggled with, especially in single life. Like this fear of I'm never going to find my spouse, or the Lord's never going to, fulfill the desires of my heart, or I've somehow missed God's will for my life, or God's will, like I'm never going to find it, or He's calling me to do something that like I just don't want to do. All these fears and doubts that we get attacked with. And I was telling her, like, I recently got engaged, which has been this great joy, but I've been attacked with fears too, and the fears have just like shifted a little bit, like what if we can't have a baby, or what if something goes wrong, or what if my fiance he dies, or there's so many different things that we could be attacked with. And just because we enter into a new phase of life, whether that's engagement or marriage or parenthood, the enemy doesn't stop attacking us with these fears and these doubts. I once heard that fear is false evidence appearing real. And it's a good little phrase, but we have to know how to combat it. We have to know how to combat it because it's not just going to stop. And it's not from God.
It's not from God. And I think something that is cool is that hopefully from phase to phase to phase in life, you feel attacked. That is so good because that means you are still in the fight. Mm-hmm. If you weren't feeling attacked, like if you're like, life is good. Life is
We've been watching Nacho Libre lately.
Yikes. Great movie. But if you're like, I have no fears, everything's wonderful. It's like, well, then you somehow, the devil has just like got you wrapped around his little finger. So the fact that each phase in life, as you're moving forward, you still continue to be attacked is so good because you're still alive and you're still in the fight.
Bam. Yeah. So what do you do about it? Well, one of the biggest things that we have found is to bring it into the light. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of times the devil kind of messes with us in our minds. Mm-hmm. And because of shame or because of whatever, we don't tell anyone. Mm-hmm. And then he gets control of us. And so voice it. Have good friends in your life, or a good spiritual director or someone, that you can say, hey, I'm really struggling with this fear or this doubt, this worry. Mm-hmm. Call it out. Mm-hmm. Obviously in the name of Jesus, reject that, but bringing it to the light is honestly one of the best things you can do.
Mm-hmm. And also talk about it directly. If you have a fear or a doubt and something it's relational, talk about it with that person that you're feeling those insecurities and fears and doubts of, because Satan also wants to divide us. He divides us through fear. And there have been so many times that I've learned to like tell my mom or my fiance or whoever it is that I'm in this relationship with, if I'm feeling like fear that they're like, whatever it is, like my fiance, fear that he's not in love with me anymore, whatever it is, I'm just like, is this true? It's like, no, it's not true at all. And so sometimes it's just good to talk directly to that person too. And the truth sets us free. So
keep fighting, y'all. We're fighting
it. We're all in it together.
Yeah.
And we would love to hear also, what have you found with that? Do you feel like you're under attack quite a bit? And what do you do? Who do you talk with? Mm-hmm. And
find us on social media.
Facebook and Instagram
at Be His Zone, and Twitter at
Be His Zone Music.
Thanks.
Bye,
See y'all later.